Hi, this is Mark at learnhowtogarden.com, and in today's episode of the 10-Minute Gardener we're going to be talking about how we can all increase the amount of fresh salads and things we eat in the summer, not just in the summer but in the winter. And we've had one or two questions from people saying we don't have a lot of space. So what I'm going to show you today is how to actually increase those salads using very little space. And we're going to be talking about sprouting seeds. Now, there are two ways we can eat young plants, either as microgreens, which is a separate blog we'll be doing, or sprouting seeds. And what we have here on this plate, just to show you, is a mixture very quickly of 3 seeds that we have grown in the last sort of week. These are some mixed mung beans, which we all have heard of, anybody who's had a Chinese meal. These are sprouted radish. You know, radish is one of those things. These are really quite peppery, even like this. So they had a wonderful peppery piquancy to any of our food. And this is my personal favourite. This is alfalfa. A small amount of this tastes like the freshest peas you can possibly imagine. So I'm going to show you very quickly how you could sprout these and another, any number of seeds. So we have radish, mung beans and alfalfa seeds, and for years the only way that we could sprout these was by getting a jam jar or a kilner jar. You'd put the seeds in, pour water on, then you have to put muslin on the top or something, and it could get a bit mucky and it was a bit fiddly. But fairly recently I came across this wonderful little piece of kit here. This is called a bio-snacky, and basically it comes in 3 trays for 3 different sorts of beans and a water reservoir, and all we actually have to do is take small amounts of our seeds. That's our alfalfa, this is our mung beans, and these are our radish if they'll come out of the packet, which they seem determined not to do at this moment in time. There we go. Into our bio-snacky. Now the bio-snacky is put together, basically it has these tiny little water siphons, and it has what appear to be like corrugations on the bottom, so that allows a certain amount of water to stay in the actual bio-snacky, but the majority to go through, because basically what we're going to use is warmth and moisture to germinate these seeds. This is what's happening underground when you actually plant seeds, but we're going to eat these seeds just after they've germinated. And when you put it back together, just make sure that the siphons aren't straight in line. You then take about half a litre of water, you pour this in. This is my favourite jug. It holds just about half a bottle of Pimm's and quite a nice amount of fruit and veg. In the summer, I have to say, if you drink all of this full of Pimm's, you won't be doing any gardening. And as you can see, what's actually happening is the water's going to siphon through the bio-snacky, leaving just the right amount to germinate the seeds on each level. So we'll just let it do that, and then I'll show you what comes next. So what's happened now is our water has drained through. The water that's come through you can use obviously for watering your plants, and basically we're going to leave this for 5 days. In 5 days we're going to photograph it again, we're going to come back, we're going to video it to show you exactly what's happened. In 3 days time we'll put another half a litre of water in, let it drain all the way through, use the water to water our salad here, and we'll show you that within a week you can get some really nutritious, incredibly nutritious sprouting seeds to add to your salad that will be growing on the patio. So here we are, I'd like to say 3 days later. In fact it's 6 days since we put the seeds into the bio-snacky. That's not because it's taken twice as long as I said. In fact it's because one of my sons came home and ate the seeds that were in the bio-snacky before we could film them. So as we saw a second ago, we just put seeds on the 3 different levels, put some warm water on, and just let it drain through. Now you can do this using a jam jar and a piece of muslin on the top. But with this, it's so easy, it's so simple. So in 72 hours, in 3 days, what we've managed to do is convert those seeds into really, really fresh, tasty salads. The first one, this is alfalfa. This is the one that tastes like young tender pea shoots. I'd have to say one of my favourite things to add to any sort of salad. We've got a few radish seeds. Again, not because they're not tasty, it's just that that was the amount of radish seeds I got left this time, but that gives you that really sort of peppery, radishy taste. And last but not least, mung beans. These you know, very, very sort of common. A lot of you who eat Chinese food or Asian food will have come across these. Again, cost a fortune to buy in your local supermarket, and they're still not as fresh. They're the sort of thing that within sort of, you know, quite quickly, within 24 hours, they tend to start to sort of lose their oomph. So as you can see, 72 hours and we have fresh veg on a plate. This will just be dressed very simply with the dressing, and we'll be eating this obviously, you know, this evening with whatever we're having for tea. So until our next video blog, you know, get sowing those seeds, get sprouting them. It's the quickest thing you can do. It's the thing that, you know, any children just love, because it's, you know, like magic, isn't it? 72 hours and you can eat it. So until next time, I hope you like the video blog, and have a good few days. Bye.